Yeah, so this story, when I make my artwork in my sketchbook or the larger pieces, I like to not only portray the great experiences that I have, the beautiful places that I've been to, the great people that I met, but also there's the good and there's the bad. So there's going to be, once in a while, something bad's going to happen to you. If you're in an unfamiliar place, you don't know all the rules, or you just act stupid like me, I don't know.
有时候你旅行的时候就会遇到一些就是不好的经验啊，然后我的创作一定是忠实的记录所有的好跟不好。那有的时候因为你不了解当地的民情或者是规矩，所以就会很不幸的遇到一些很糟糕的事情。
Alright, so this particular piece is from my sketchbook from traveling in South America. And, certain countries have bad reputations in the media. I'll actually get to more of that later. But Colombia was one of them. And I went to Colombia, I spent 2 months there. I had a great time. I loved, every bit of it. The food, I couldn't say enough good things about it, and nothing bad happened. And then one day I took a bus to Ecuador, which is the neighboring country, which is just south of Colombia.
有一些国家它的那个声名就是很不好，就是像大家如果我说现在世界上最恐怖的国家，大家会说哪一个？
I don't want to see the next days.
I say what? I say which country would you say is the most dangerous country? Yeah, I know. Because she's from the United States. So. And you too. And you too. Yeah. And 所以就是去了。我在那个哥伦比亚的名声就是很差的，就是大家都知道去哥伦比亚一定会被抢劫，就是没被抢劫的话，就好像你没有去过哥伦比亚一样。可是我在哥伦比亚他在哥伦比亚2个月，一切都非常的顺利，然后经验非常的美好，所以我自己猜，我猜就是因为经验很美好，所以他的警戒心就下降了。然后有一天他就坐巴士从哥伦比亚到厄瓜多。
So 2 months in Colombia, fine. First day in Ecuador, and I went to Quito, which is the capital. I was gonna just go to sleep. It was 9 o'clock at night. I met 2 Canadian people who wanted to just go out and have a drink, like a very simple evening. I went out with them, I had a couple drinks, and then one of them went home, the other one went another direction. So then by 12 a.m. I was by myself, and I'm like, should I just go home? I was probably going to do that.
所以就是我在旅馆里面，然后晚上9点的时候我就要睡觉，在厄瓜多。然后那时候在厄瓜多首都叫 Quito， 在左上角有写 Quito。然后他就然后9点我要睡觉的时候，我就遇到2个加拿大的旅客，然后他们就说你要不要一起去喝杯酒呢？然后他说好吧，那我们就一起去。然后3个人就去了酒吧，然后就一直聊天，然后喝杯啤酒，到半夜12点的时候，他就发现这2个人就是一个人说要回家，另外一个人他已经找不到，所以他就自己一个人半夜12点在酒吧里。
So there I was at 12 a.m. and I was wondering what I should do, and 3 local Ecuadorian guys came up to me and they started talking with me. They were very friendly, spoke English very well, and said, do you want to come with us to have a drink? And I said, all right, sounds like a good idea, right? So I walked along with them and we continued conversation. We stopped at one of their houses, I remember. He went into his house and he came back out. I don't know why we did that, but I found out later. And we continued walking. We went to a liquor store, which was actually closed. It had a metal corrugated door, and there was just a little slot. And so we ordered our beers, and he just pulled the beer right through the slot, and so we had our 4 beers.
所以，然后我就决定，因为半夜12点我自己在酒吧里面，我就决定要回家了。然 然后这时候就有3个非常友善的厄瓜多人就来跟我聊天，然后他们英文讲得很好，然后非常友善，然后就聊得很开心，所以他们就说，你们要不要，就是你要不要跟我们一起去下一个就是其他地方继续喝酒聊天，然后结果他就说好，然后他们3个人就走出了这个酒吧要去下一个地方，然后其中路上就经过其中一个人家，所以那个人就回家一下拿个东西就出来，然后他们4个人就到一个像小商店一样，那因为那个中南美洲治安很不好，所以他们的商店全部都是用铁栅栏，就是好像那个商店主人住在监狱里一样，然后那个铁门，然后只有一个小洞，就不管你要拿什么，他就会有一只手这样伸出来，然后拿给你。所以他们就点了4瓶啤酒，然后就4瓶啤酒就从那个小缝里面就这样伸出来，然后他们就开始喝酒。
And so one of the guys, I remember, handed me my drink, and it was already opened. And I didn't think anything of it at the time, but that's pretty much the last thing that I remember. Yeah, I do have one other faint memory, and that was of them putting me in the back of their car. So they were folding down the seat, and they were putting me into the back of the car. The next morning, apparently, the police found me unconscious and completely beat up. Not beat up like this beat up, like cuts and scrapes all over my body, unconscious. And they brought me back to the hostel that I was staying at.
然后我们就开始喝酒，然后其中一个那个厄瓜多人就给我1瓶啤酒，然后是已经打开的，然后他们就开始喝，然后他说这就是他记得的最后一件事情。然后他觉得他有微微的印象，就是他被人家放到后车厢里面，从那个后座把椅子折下来塞到后车厢里。隔天早上，警察就发现他在公园里面不省人事，完全没有意识，然后全身都是割伤、刮伤，然后挫伤，然后牙齿也裂开。
And then send you back to your hostel.
They sent me back to my hostel, but they actually took everything I had on me. So they took my money, credit card, ID, and they even took my shoes. So I don't know whatever happened. And actually, the whole rest of the time I was in Ecuador, I was looking at shoes to see if I could find my own, somebody else wearing my shoes. It didn't happen.
Here's a question.
Yeah.
我有2个问题，第一个是 Eric 他怎么知道说他们就是那些厄瓜多人怎么知道 Eric 住哪里 hostel 的？然后另外一个问题是他除了牙齿之外有没有怎么样被人割掉肾脏啊什么之类的？
他可能到现在还不知道。You say yes to question. 自己自我翻译一下。
哦，好吧。So why did this guy know which hostel you was?
No, because it's sent by the police.
Police.
Ask the police. But how do police know? Do you have any identification on you or something?
No, I told them. It was the only thing I can say. It was.
When you was when you was almost fainted and you can only say which hostel you was.
Yeah. I still remember the name of it.
Okay. And then did you have
Loyal
any,
customer.
and did you find your kidney was gone or something else gone?
Did you find your?
I didn't look for that.
Yeah.
To speak, he translate what he said before he asked the translate. Translate what? How? 把其他人送回去。
What they took. Maybe.
他说他那个警察发现他的时候，他身上所有的钱包包、护照全部都被抢光，甚至连鞋子都不见了。所以他隔天被送回去 hostel 的时候，就旅馆的之后，他还在街上就到处看到有谁穿着他的鞋子。
So after this experience, my family and a lot of my friends and whatnot really kind of wanted me to come home because I was really beat up. my face cuts and really big scrapes on my knees, and it looked like I had rolled. I think that they might have pushed me outside of the car, judging by my injuries. And so they all wanted me to come home. They thought it was too dangerous, and other people said, "Don't you want to go home?" And to tell you the truth, after that I felt more, I felt like invincible after that, really. And to tell you the truth, after that I didn't have any other bad experiences. And the point of showing this piece is that when you're traveling, although there's such great rewards, and there's so many good things that happen, there are some bad things that are going to happen. You know, you can't really focus on these stories. You know, this is everybody always remembers the bad things, but it's really the good things and like the people that you meet, like I was saying before.
所以这件事情发生以后，我的家人都很希望我能够回家，但是不知道为什么，我在这件事情发生以后，我反而觉得就是百毒不侵，就是变得就是很不一样。然后，我很喜欢他这下面就是写了一句话，他说 ：“Take my cash, take my cards, take my shoes, take a chip of my tooth. Stop me from the car. You will not take my passion for travel.” 他说：“把我的钱拿走，把我的信用卡拿走，拿走我的鞋子，敲下我的牙齿，把我从车子丢出来。但是不管怎么样，你不可能把我对旅行的热忱偷走。”